Hi, so now I'm going to show you as a consultant what you need to do in order to keep an eye on DIVA and sign off and validate the data that's there. When you log in, you will see your feed on the left hand side. The first heading is active patients. Those are the patients who are currently in the hospital, and it's good just to see who's there. Then in the discharged patients, these are patients who have gone home but the data is not yet complete, and it's worth keeping an eye on this to see if the list is growing, and if it is worth prompting your registrar to keep on top of it, because this task really does get much more difficult the longer you leave it, until it becomes a point where the task is almost impossible because the patients have left, the memory's faded, the case notes have left the department, etc. So in my practice, every Monday morning I'll set aside only 5-10 minutes just to have a look at this, keep on top of it, and just prompt my registrars if things are piling up, or to find out if there is a problem and we need to address it or get some more resource in to help there. If it's done on a regular basis, it really is not a difficult, not a time-consuming thing. Then we come to completed patients, which is where you have a bit of work to do. So the first patient completed was Olive Asher, and she was quite a complicated patient. She had 2 operations, one to treat a complication from the first one. So we see that there was a complication listed against the first one, but not against the second one, and that's what we want. But keep a good close eye to make sure that those complications are attributed to the right procedures, and that the right diagnoses are attributed to the right procedures as well. You can scroll down and see that there's nothing else to review, and we're quite happy with this. So we go up to the top and see that there's a green tick that we click, and now that patient has dropped down into the signed off patients bucket. Going back to the completed patients, we also want to complete Philip Alexander, who just had a inguinal hernia repair without any problems. That looks pretty easy, and so we click sign off. And typically this won't take me more than a few minutes because I will only need to sign off maybe 5 or 6 patients at a time. Then in the signed off box here you can just see those previous patients. And then the last thing is really important, is to click and see the other cases section, because sometimes your patients are hiding in here, and that's because they might be admitted under somebody else first, then you've operated on them and taken over their care, but DIVA still doesn't know that. So you might want to click on here and just find out where they're listed in the wrong place. So you can see that the patient is attributed to Henry Gray, and you might want to change that. So change the lead consultant to yourself, in this case it's Sid Ingram. And now that we've changed that, if we go back to the feed by clicking select patient, you will see that they are now in your active patient feed. That will also help your registrar, because now it will come up in the right place for your registrar and the data will get entered in a timely manner. So that's what you really need to do on a weekly basis as a consultant. It's not a lot of work, and it also means that the data that goes into DIVA under your name is as accurate as you'd like it to be.